so easy to do. So we're finishing up our series on fear for this month, and my talk title this morning is Am I in Trouble on Holy Ground? And I just love these lyrics. I knew this was a place where love abounds. I know there is joy beyond all measure, and sweet peace of mind can still be found. For we are standing on holy ground. But doesn't that feel very comforting and blissful? And all that music, I just love the lyrics and it's just very, takes you to a different place. And then she, kind of finishes up with, holy ground is all around. And that is the truth. Holy ground is all around. It's not just a place where we feel a sacred essence, like this place. This is Sedona, and I think this is a picture of Castle Rock, if you've ever been there. And definitely, I've been there a couple times. And when you walk, amongst those red rocks, you just feel the energy of those that have walked before you. And it's just, a very sacred space. So, but this is really what holy ground is. It's a state of consciousness. It is that it's within each and every one of us. And to borrow a phrase from Charles Fromm, or as he interprets this, he interprets the story of the burning bush, and it comes from the holy text, the Bible. And this is what he says. It's a spiritual fire that does not consume us. Instead, it's universal life energy bringing forth light, a wisdom of the heart that brings forth comfort, peace, joy, and love, just as our song stated. So I'm going to take a sidestep here. I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm going to tell you the story of the burning bush. Some of you who come from the Christian tradition will remember it. But here is the beauty of what I get to do, is I get to tell you the metaphysical interpretation of it. Yay. Yes. Who said that? I heard a yay. Okay, Jerry. So this is the story of Moses, and it's in the Old Testament. And Moses is a sheep herder. So he is out in the field tending to the flocks of his father-in-law when an angel appears to him. And the angel appears to him in the flames of fire from a burning bush. So Moses approaches with curiosity, thinking, why is this bush on fire, yet not burning up? And as he got closer, God called to him, do not come any closer. Take off your sandals, for you are on holy ground. So the angel, all of these things represent our consciousness. So the angel is divine intelligence, the fire is the light of intuition, our natural spiritualness, and the bush is our physical connection to the physical world, as well as bringing forth, the spiritual. So keep that in mind. I'm going to refer back to it as I go on here. So wouldn't it really be nice to live in this space of bliss, all the time? Well, we're having this human experience, so that doesn't always happen. So what does happen, Jacqueline, give me my next image. This is what happens. We have moments where we're like, oh my God, what happened? What did I do? How did I get myself into this situation? How am I going to get myself out of it? And in essence, boy, am I in trouble here. So, and I think I shared this with you a couple of weeks ago, that I've had many experiences of fear and distress, wondering, how am I going to pay my bills? Where am I going to live? Am I going to get another job? How am I going to take care of this health challenge? I know some of you may think, how could I possibly have health challenges? Because I'm a little bit younger than most of you. But I do have health challenges. I've had car accidents. I've had personal injuries. I've I've had jobs that have created repetitive stress. At the moment, I'm dealing with a little bit of plantar fasciitis. Not quite sure how that happened, but it's on both feet. But I will tell you, this is healing, so I am getting through that. So, but here's the thing, is that even, in all of that, we're on holy ground. And we're on holy ground because of this light energy, that is within us. Remember, we are that burning bush, and we are not being burned up by all these circumstances. We are grounded. A bush is grounded to the earth. We're grounded to the earth. But yet we got this light, going through us that is sustaining us and holding us up when we may think that we can't be holding ourselves up. So, and all we need to do is to recognize, that we're on holy ground wherever we're at. And we have to have this willingness to move through, these fearful times and all the what ifs and the uncertainties of life. Knowing that we don't have all the answers, but there is somebody that does. And it comes in that still small voice. All we need to do is get quiet. So here's what I've learned over the past couple of years in this spiritual journey. And it comes in the words of Penn children. We start right where we are. And right where we are is this present moment. And then the next present moment. And then there's another present moment. And in that present moment, if you ever try to do this, we no longer have those storylines. We no longer, say, this is what happened to me. We don't have our woes and our worries and our concerns, because we're just right here, right now, feeling what we're feeling. And we could be feeling the impermanence of life. We could be feeling anger. We could be feeling wonder. We could be in the process of, courage. And we could be feeling fear. But this is what happens when we're in the present moment, is that all of those things become more vivid. And they no longer have the energy of the story with them. We no longer see it through the lens of that vibration of, let's say, anger that's depicted as the color red, or jealousy, green. We're no longer seeing life that way. We're no longer asking, what should I be doing now? What decision should I be making? I know my nephew is here with us. Hopefully he doesn't mind that I pointed him out. He's in the process of making a difficult decision. What do I do now? Where do I go? Where's the best place for me right now? Right? Yeah. You're going to find the answer. I know you are. Listen today, okay? I kind of geared this towards you. Guys, I'm glad you're here. All right, so what this means is we face the feelings without attachment, not as a means of solving, the problem, but we undo those habitual habits we have of thinking, of seeing, the way we hear things, sensing. So in general, our life experiences change. It changes how we see the world. I don't know if any of you have ever really noticed that, especially when we spend a lot of time in meditation and just consciously bringing your awareness to, I want to see life differently. And then you start seeing things that you hadn't seen before. And it's really, quite fascinating. And life really does get more vivid. So she goes, Pema Chodron goes on to state, anyone who stands on the edge of the unknown, fully in the present, without a reference point, experiences groundlessness. That is when our understanding goes deeper. It is a vulnerable place, unnerving and tender, and at the same time. You know what the wow for me was in that? It was the groundlessness. Because something that And something that I teach a lot of is to keep ourselves grounded on the earth so we're not floating around, and so that we can be present. But this place of groundlessness is we get to know groundlessness by knowing what it is to be grounded. Okay, we can't have one without the other. And it's this place, if we can recognize that really what we're feeling is groundless, and that we have no reference point for whatever we're experiencing, in life, then it gets to, pull us within. It doesn't take us outside ourselves, it brings us within, and to find that strength and that power and that courage. And it connects us to our true self. It connects us to God. And that's where the answers are at. So I want to give you an example. Quite a few years ago, I had a relationship that was ending, and some of my friends would use this term. I was a hot mess. I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't eating, I even cut my hair really short because I knew that because I wasn't sleeping, I was going to have to get up really fast and get ready and fast and get to work, real fast. So taking time in front of the mirror wasn't going to work for me. So I needed that easy haircut. Okay, so, and as that was happening, what I needed to do, I needed to find a place to live. And I needed to find a job that was going to give me a more sustainable income. I had a job 3 days a week, at a day spa, but that's always, it's not a steady income. And I was just doing temporary work, as a dental assistant. And that wasn't steady either. I didn't know from day to day if I was going to get work that day. So, interesting enough, everything happened, all those things came to me in a short amount of time. And I really do believe it was very much divinely guided. It was boom, boom, boom. I found a place. And it really was on faith. I had no idea. I signed a lease on an apartment. I had no idea if I was going to be able to afford it. But I was just trusting, that it was going to be there. I was offered this job that I really didn't want to take, but I knew that it was going to give me the income that I needed to support myself. And I knew that I could do the job. It was I already spent, 25 years, doing that job. It was a no-brainer, and it was exactly the space that I needed to go through my healing, from this breakup. So I chose to say yes, and I chose to take what was right in front of me. So, and as I shared also again a couple of weeks ago, is that when we're in fearful places, there's also this aspect of fear that motivates us to take action. And that's what this is an example of, is this groundlessness that I was in motivated me to take that job, sign that lease, and I almost want to say go on with life, but there was another aspect of me that I wasn't going on with life. I was going on the best way that I knew how to, at the time. So, as I said, I knew how to do this job, but what I didn't know how to do was to be me. I know that everybody here probably has been through, a major breakup. And you know what it's like to have that, fall away. And so it definitely was a tender time, a vulnerable time. But what I also recognize is that what this job did for me, the one that I didn't want, that I stayed with for 7.5 years, and here's the reason. It was a holding space for me to grow and learn, and to learn who I was. It was my holy ground. this for myself for a long time, is that I need some things in my life that are stable and structured so I can deal with the chaos. Again, I'm not the only one who needs that. Because the life, right now, life is just very chaotic. And that is the energy that we are picking up on. So we need to create our holy ground, our centeredness, so that we can deal with this groundlessness. So what I did, and what I was able to do, was undo some habits. I was able to, as in the story, remove those sandals. I let go of limiting thoughts. I let go of anger. I let go of blame. I let go of defensiveness. I let go of victim consciousness. Not an easy thing to do because it is a daily practice. And what I discovered was I stood taller. I engaged more with life. I felt more peace, more love, more joy. And it truly was holy ground. So as you can see, fear does not have to be an all-consuming energy. You can face it, you can look at it square in the eye, and let it move you close to your truth of your divine self. That is that you recognize wherever you are is holy ground. So, as I said, you're the angel, your divine intelligence, you're the light, your intuition, the light of intuition, and you're a spiritual being having a human experience. So in essence, you are the holy ground. It's not someplace out there. It's right within you. So we started out with this question of, am I on holy ground? Am I in trouble, or am I on holy ground? And the answer is yes. You are on holy ground. You knew that, Carol.
I'm so sorry.
Because there isn't any place that it's not. Will there be discomfort? Yes, it will be uncomfortable. But you'll move through it. And I can really, really assure you, it's not going to obliterate you, because it didn't obliterate me. And one day, without warning, you're going to be recognizing that you're feeling more joy, more peace, and more love than you ever thought possible. So thank you.